there was a parallel that happened to this weekend. The Verzuz happened Thursday, and then yesterday I sat and watched the Fresh Prince reunion.
How was it?
It gave me the same feeling as watching the Verzuz. Goosebumps. Like it was a lot of emotions. It was a reunion, so we were trying to guess if it was. So they just came back. Yeah, they just came back to the set. They redid the set. Everybody came back. They sat and just kind of talked over certain shit, and it was dope. Like you always heard that story of Will mouthing other people's lines and shit when he first started acting, so they did it more in depth where you could like see him just like he was mouthing people's lines. So I was like, damn, that's like hard work. He memorized the whole script. Because he could be prepared. I'm like, that's
crazy,
nuts when you think about it. Like that just shows hard work and determination. Yeah. They talked about all their scenes, and then of course the Uncle Phil segment is just like, how can you not get a little teary eyed with that one? It's just like sad.
Always, that's always automatic tear.
Yeah. So that one, it was that, and then he saw the dark skin unveiled. For the first time in 27 years. They haven't spoken or seen each other in 20. So that reunion was the first time he sat with her, and they both apologized because she was basically saying, you know, I was pregnant in an abusive relationship and y'all didn't know. And she said Will pretty much gave her like the kiss of death by saying she was difficult to work with. And they said at that time, saying a black woman in Hollywood is difficult to work with is the kiss of death. And she said, you know, she left there. And she said she didn't get fired. They had offered her a contract where they wanted her to work 2 months or something solely with them and no other business. Yeah. And she's like, well, I got a kid on the way. Like, I need to be able to get revenue from other places. Right. And so she didn't agree with it. They recasted her pretty much. Damn. So she wasn't fired. I didn't know that. Yeah. That was kind of fucked up. But, you know, a lot of industries do that shit. They be like, yo, we want you for 3. It's like, bro, so I can't go get a bag nowhere else?
Right.
The fuck I look like?
It's like labels. Basically. Yeah. It's like music labels.
Yeah, that's nuts. The fact that they were doing, I think it's better now because more people are social media. They got more leverage to be like, fuck that deal. Back in the day, they used to do that to people. We want you sitting with us. Get the check only for us. Right. So imagine somebody calls you, hey, we want to do a hosting. You can't do it.
No, can't do it.
I wonder how much that bag was, too.
Contract.
Yeah.
It must have been not a lot. She must have not been getting, like, the biggest bag from Fresh Prince if she's like, yo, I got to diversify my income, bro.
Well,
like, that check that y'all give me is not going
to keep the holder off.
Yeah, I think it was a decent bag, but you got to think about what they're trying to make you commit to. 2 months of nothing. So when you think about it as an artist in the industry, they get offers all the time. Movies, commercials, music, hosting, this, that, magazine. That you have to say no to all that for one show.
You're right.
Fuck no. It's not about the bag I'm getting from Fresh Prince. It's about the potential I can get, my leverage from being on Fresh Prince. This person wants to work with me. Now I can get that check. I can get this. You're saying no checks. Fuck that. Right. So they recast her. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you're right.
But they talked, they cried. Like you could tell she was hurt because she got basically blackballed. Yeah. You know, at that time, dark skinned black woman in the '90s, it was already hard to be.
Just hard to be
in the industry.
Right.
And she said she loved that role because that was the first time you saw they casted a dark skinned black woman to be like. Remember, she was like powerful and pro black, and they were showing scenes where I forgot it. I was like, damn, she was like.
The episode where she was dancing, she was in a dance studio.
Yeah, they showed that one.
Yeah, totally showed out.
Yeah,
when people was counting her out.
Yep. Or the one when she was his substitute teacher, or telling him, or she was like, you can wear the clothes and you can say the speeches, but if you ain't doing the work about black shit, that's going. We say that today. You can tweet and all that, but if you ain't really doing the work,
out there.
Yeah, she had some pivotal. You know, Cosby, black, different world type moments. You forget because, you know, she was off season 2 or 3 or whatever, but. And then come to find out the other Envib, the light-skinned Envib, never met the dark-skinned Envib to this day. So that was their first time ever meeting. They're like 60-plus years old. They never met each other.
Damn. That was before Twitter beef was even Twitter beef.
I don't know if they were beefing. I just think because that was in the 90s. The show was in the 90s. They never met each other. Yeah,
so they probably didn't even beef then. That shit's
just we create. You know, the media created that. Yeah, so that was their first time. And everybody was just crying because it was like, because once you're in that moment, once you're in that set, you become Ashley, Carlton. You're no longer the slave. So it's like your aunts. It's like your aunts are hugging. So that's how they described it. It was like our family. Because it was like 2 aunts hugging. And it was like, oh my God. They couldn't believe it. Like, because they didn't know she was coming. He surprised her. And then Lil Nicky was older now. He popped up on the set. Remember the little boy?
Yeah.
He popped up. They was like, oh shit. So it was dope. And just hearing him. Jazzy Jeff, Hillary, Carlton, Ashley, Unviv, and the butler.
Fuck, what's his name? I've been thinking about that the whole time.
G. He called him G. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
There you
They
go.
were all there, so the gang
Yeah.
was there, and it was just seeing them do their. I saw this from The Office when they did their final table read, and everybody was crying and shit. It was the same thing with Fresh Prince. So actors, they do table reads for each episode, so they were doing their final one and they could barely get through it because
I bet. That's tough.
just
That's gotta be
emotional.
tough.
The Office. If you've never seen it, the Office one is on YouTube, and
that one was
just,
bad too,
Yeah,
man.
it was just like because they did it for 6 years. Like
Yeah.
imagine you'd been doing
Give your
something
life for
150
6 years,
episodes,
for
6 years.
Yeah, imagine
seasons
that's.
on seasons on seasons.
But not only imagine that being a job for 6 years, because we've worked at jobs for
Right.
that long.
Yeah, I
but
worked. Yeah.
But imagine a job that you fuck with heavy
Right.
and you have so much fun doing.
17-hour days, and you're working
Right.
5 days a week because Monday they get the script, then they do a reading, so you're with them majority of your life.
Right. And that's a setting where, like, think about what's the name with the Reverends. Like, that was probably the worst set to be on, bro. The Revenant. I'm sorry.
Oh, The Revenant.
The
Wait,
Revenant. With
Leonardo DiCaprio.
yeah, he said it was trash. He was in the cold.
Wait, who?
So
Leo said that.
yeah, bro. Yeah, he's had interviews. He said that was the worst set to be on.
Oh, I
It was
I
terrible.
guess I never followed up on anything on it.
Well,
Why?
that's not the point. My point was, imagine working on a set like that. That's
Right,
trash.
right,
but then,
right,
but then a set working with people that you love. It's probably not even a job at that point.
And then on top of that, it's scripted to be family. So
Right.
eventually you start looking at them like
Yeah.
like Ashley, Tatiana Ali. She was from there from 11 to 17.
Damn, that's
her-
kid.
her
Yeah,
whole
you grew
childhood.
up.
Yeah, she said she had her first kiss on a scene on that show.
Damn.
It was her first ever kiss was the scene on it. So it's like she looks up to
Right.
Will as a big brother, Carlton as a big brother, Hillary as a big sister.
Is that weird?
Damn.
Just real off topic, but is that weird to like
Child
alter the
stars?
course of
Child
like a
stars?
child sexual
Oh, like
situations
due
like
to
that?
a show.
I feel like
And
it's
when she said it, I was like,
it's like it's
yeah.
not it's fake. It's
weird.
not organic. So
Right.
like how
is that really your first kiss? Right.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
kind
like
of a
I
weird
can-
situation.
because then again, you also you're taking the childhood away from
Yeah,
a
exactly.
child as well.
For
They
their
don't get
job.
experience,
Yeah.
playing out with their friends and then on the playgrounds
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
You don't get to grow up with your friends, but I mean, you do have high school friends, but they're on a set.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's
it's
her
like a
family.
different
Yeah.
it's a different experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's goods, there's pros and cons to it. So
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah. And that's what made the Uncle Phil scene so sad was because they built it up to that
Yeah.
like family, and then you see them, they don't talk about them while they're showing scenes, and then somebody mentions them, and it's like I knew it was like, oh, this is finna be the Uncle Phil segment. And, then, and he was so big, and he was so like it's kind of like Patrice O'Neal, the comedian, rest in peace. It's like when they're
Right.
big, but they're loud, and they're in they
Very-
take over a room. When you lose them, you feel it. It was just like.
There's a void. Man.
Boy, they were all just boo-hooing, but
Yeah.
like Will Smith, everybody was just crying, like, cause they had like this big, you know how on the scene they faced us in the living room. Well, they had like a big projector TV, so they was watching all the highlights and shit, and they were just showing all his shit. It's just like,
Damn.
That's gonna be tough.
2013. I didn't know it was that long ago.
Oh,
He
Uncle
passed,
Phil?
James
That's
Avery. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
been 7 years. Jesus Christ.
Damn, man.
Yeah, so that was sad, and
Life
then
goes on.
you just get caught up in it. As like I can imagine that, like walking away from something like that. Like I'm sure they moved
Yeah.
on, but because of the reunion, they put them back into it,
Right.
and then I was like, "That is fucked up," because they're gonna have to walk away from this reunion again.
Again,
Like,
with mixed
yeah,
emotions,
it's like,
right?
damn, I don't want to leave again, motherfuckers.
PTSD and shit.
For
Yeah,
real, just bringing back all those memories just so that way they can leave it behind. again.
yeah, yeah. So between that and the verses, man, I was in like a little emotional this
Yeah.
weekend, bro. I was just like,
Very nostalgic.
yeah, bro,
Bringing everything back is like time traveling.
bro. I'm
And
the
that's how it
realest
was.
again.
That's how it felt on Twitter with everybody.
Oh yeah,
time
tweeting
traveled
and stuff.
back.
Yeah, for sure, man. That was
Man,
dope,
that's
man.
crazy.
I'm still thinking about that Jeezy moment, bro. Oh, what a moment.
One thing's for sure.
2 things for sure. 3 things. I'm the real. Jeezy. That's my guy right there.
Damn.
So
What we
yeah,
got next?
go watch the reunion if you haven't.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope, well produced. It was real nice. It was different
On
than
HBO
what we
Max.
thought. HBO Max. If you ain't got it, you're a brokey.